So, y'all, it's time for another Kountry Wayne recap. Let's get into it. Shayla, the way she thinks her and Anthony is going to have this amazing life is diabolical. Anthony is playing along with that, and our poor Amber. So, let's talk about it. First and foremost, Amber has been going to counseling with Anthony, which she thinks he wants to get back with her, which I low-key think he do. But then we all know what he telling Shayla. He telling Shayla that he's going to marriage counseling to make it easier on Amber when he does a divorce, which that makes no sense to me. It's diabolical how Shayla believes that. So I think that Anthony is, cool with the therapist because she keeps on bringing up Wayne. And I know that Anthony doing that for a little guilt trip. And he somehow blames Amber for how the way he is. And baby, we all know that's a lie. That's not true. That's how you are. Like, y'all weren't even married that long before you went and dipped with Shayla. So, yeah, I don't like the fact that Anthony is making Amber feel so guilty because the therapists keep bringing up Wayne. So, today in the little episode, they had Amber just reminiscing on her and Wayne and how she slept with him the day of the wedding, the night before the wedding, and she just kept on creeping with Wayne, which, I mean, Anthony, she agreed to marry him, so she tried to lead out on the path with Wayne, but I kind of feel like they're going to try to make Amber want to get back with Anthony. Let's just hope that don't happen. Sweet baby Jesus, don't let Amber go back to Anthony, okay? Because if she do, Anthony got something coming. So, Shayla, ma'am, if living delusional and delusional had a face, it's Shayla's. So, she was kicking it with her friend and she was getting some out of Anthony's car. They was about to leave a condo. She opens the trunk and what does she see? A box and a bag from the place where Anthony got Amber's wedding ring. So she opened the box, opened the bag. And her friend was like, what's going on, Shayla? She was like, girl, Anthony has a bag and a box from the same place he got Amber's wedding ring from. Come on, girl. She was like, oh my God, he's going to propose. And the girl was like, okay, well, that's what we want, right? And she was like, you're going to open the box? No, I want to be surprised. Oh my God, I knew it was coming. I knew he was going to ask me to marry him. So then she tells her, what do, Mama? Guess what, Mom? It's like, Mom, guess what? Anthony's going to propose. Her mama, I told you I'm going to be Anthony's wife. I knew he was going to ask me, but I didn't know it was going to be this soon. Girl, it's diabolical how you think he's going to ask you, he's going to propose to you when he's still married to Amber. Oh, and Anthony was texting Amber. Shayla in there cleaning up. He texting her asking about the earrings. Like, Anthony think he low-key sneaky. Think he's slick. He trying to have his cake and eat it too. Whole time, Shayla in the kitchen cleaning up. He tell her, I was just reading some emails. I was just checking in some stocks in there. She believes anything. So, of course, her mama got her living in this delusional land. It's diabolical how she think that Anthony is going to marry her. So, that was that. And then, she thought Anthony, so later on, and she thought Anthony was going to propose to her. So, after she told her mama, she was at home. She was like, babe, do you need anything? Don't you just love when I get my nails done? He was like, yeah, you always have your nails done. He ain't tripping off her. She was like, yeah, you got anything you want to ask me? He was like, no. The man is in so many words telling you that he's not going to do that. Like when she had the magazine, she's talking about, babe, I'm making a vision board. And she had the magazines with the rings. And Anthony was looking. She had them wedding magazines. And Anthony was looking. Girl, you can't see your so-called man facial expressions while you're talking about making a vision board. She was like, I'm making a Pinterest board. He was like, I know what a Pinterest board is. Like, she thought he didn't know what that was. I don't know how far they're going to take this. But after Coca saw Baby Kai, and after Coca read Shayla and her mama for filth, when is this going to resurface so we can get this DNA test going? Is it going to take Amber to take Anthony back for the DNA test to come out? I don't know. That's to be continued on that. But yeah, then Shayla and Anthony was in bed just laying there. And she was like, babe, let's plan a date. So we never got our first date because you know how things went. You are crazy. Now you want to plan out some date, y'all first date. Then you were just something. Again, he wouldn't have known if you didn't tell him about her and Wayne. Like, this whole entire storyline, I need for them to stop it. It's just, it's crazy to me how Shayla just thinks that Anthony is going to marry her. Just like, and it doesn't make sense to me. I almost forgot. So then they sitting there playing with Baby Kai, and Shayla busts out, Anthony, you know, are you gonna have Amber make Amber change her name back when y'all get a divorce? And Anthony was like, no. She was like, well, Dalton, she shouldn't have Dalton. That should be weird. Shayla want Amber to take her last name back, Amber Ty, and she don't want her to be Amber Dalton no more. Shayla, that's never going to happen. You're never going to be Shayla Dalton. You're never going to be Shayla Dalton. Like, the look on Anthony's face, he was so unbothered by it. He was like, I mean, I'll think about it. She was like, okay, babe, because, you know, a last name is a legacy. Let me know what y'all think about this. The whole thing is diabolical. Shayla is crazy. I don't know how much longer they're going to drag this storyline out, but the Anthony and Shayla show needs to come to an end. Amber needs to jump back to her senses, baby. And, oh, Amber, please, and thank you.